You are listening to Beyond the Wheel, a podcast about the people and ideas that drive the RV community forward.
Looking to get out there and stay out there? Battleborn Batteries lithium-ion batteries are here to power your RV, marine, and off-grid adventures. Designed as an easy drop-in replacement for traditional lead-acid batteries, these reliable solutions have 2 to 3 times the power, charge 5 times faster, are a fifth of the weight, and last 10 times longer. Offered in a variety of models in unique sizes and shapes, ranging from 50 amp hour to a robust 270 amp hour. And backed by a 10-year warranty. Battleborn batteries are built to fit your needs and power your experiences. On the road, on the water, and off the grid, reliable power is here. Check them out at battlebornbatteries.com.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. Today, Sean and I are talking about discounts and member clubs for RVing. I know when I first started looking into RVing, Sabrina and I were turning to YouTube and trying to collect as much information as possible when shopping for an RV and what the lifestyle was like. And we were also sharing our experience of shopping and learning about RVing. And I remember one particular video, we got a comment that said, be sure to check out discounts and club memberships because there are a lot out there. And if you do it right, you'll be able to save a lot of money while RVing. So Sean and I thought we would put together a list of memberships and discount clubs that we use to share our experience with you. And hopefully this will help you decide which memberships are right for you, because you don't want to go out and get them all. You want to kind of tailor them to how you're planning on travel. So without any further ado, we'll get this episode started. Hey, Sean, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Kenny. I'm excited to talk about this topic because there's a lot out there. So sharing what we know may help some others choose which clubs or memberships they want to be a part of as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I think choosing is the right word there. Just because Sean and I use all of these doesn't mean that you should be using all of them. Pick and choose the ones that's going to, work best for you. Otherwise, you might you could end up having so many memberships that maybe you're not using, and then you're just throwing money away. So make sure when you're listening, think about how you plan on travel, how you maybe already travel, and pick the ones that are going to be perfect for your lifestyle.
Yeah. And I guess we can start with at least the beginning for Julie and I. The very first campground we ever stayed at was a Passport America campground. We bought our RV in Florida, but we were living in Virginia at the time. So we had to drive home, obviously. And the first campground we ever stayed at was in South Carolina, and it was a Passport America campground, and we were happy with it. And so we've been members since we got our RV, and now we're lifetime members. And it's really what Passport America is a 50% off camping club. Everyone knows that campgrounds can get expensive. And so having this discount is really, I would say, a game changer. And the membership can really pay for itself in just a couple of nights of stays. We use it mostly like traveling. So from one place to another, if it's going to be a few days, we probably will look for a Passport America campground on the way. Since there are so many, I think there's like 1,200 Passport America campgrounds. They all have some unique rules to each of them. So some may say you can use the discount for only 7 days, even if you're staying longer. Or some may have some like blackout dates for holidays or things like that. So you got to check that before you go. But it really is a great membership to have and a great deal. You can, if you do use your RV a lot, you can save significant amount of money using Passport America.
Yeah, the membership itself is $49 for the year. And like Sean said, in the first couple of nights, you're going to get that $49 back. It quickly pays for itself. I use the membership a little different. I also have Passport America. I started out with the 1-year membership and then switched over to a lifetime because the 1-year membership paid for itself so quickly that I felt it was worth jumping on to the lifetime membership because they were running a special. I got the lifetime membership for under $300. So I was like, oh, I don't want to miss that because the year already paid for itself. So that at that point, I felt that was more than a wash. So it didn't really affect us in purchasing the lifetime. And I do use it a little differently because I stay at a lot of Flying J's, casinos, and stuff like that while we travel. We actually use Passport America as destination campgrounds for us. We'll go to a Passport America and stay 3, 4, 5, whatever those nights might be. By doing that, also, we feel like we get that money back pretty quick when you do 3, 4 nights and you're getting 50% off. It adds up very quickly that way. But just like Sean mentioned, each campground is individually owned. They're not owned by Passport America, and they are all going to have their own rules. But the nice thing is that Passport America does have an app. You can look up the campground on the app right on your phone, and it'll give you those blackout dates or their rules. Sometimes it's a Monday through Friday. Sometimes it's only a 3-night limit. You can, of course, stay there longer, but you're only going to get the 50% for the 3 nights. Some campgrounds have no limit at all. Just take a look and see what the rules are. Make sure that you're staying there when you're going to get the maximum benefit out of it.
Yeah, and the nice thing about listening to this podcast is that on our website, and also we'll link in the show notes, if you want to try out Passport America, we have a discount code which gives you an extra 4 months on a 1-year membership. So that gives you a little extended time for that $49. And all you have to do is use the code BWP when you sign up, and you'll get that additional 4 months.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Do that, get the additional, try it out, and see what you think. For $50, you're going to get 16 months of it, and you'll be able to you'll know right away if it's worth it to you or not. So I can't imagine it wouldn't be worth it to you. I can't imagine anybody gets this and says, "Oh, this was horrible."
Yeah. And the nice thing is it's not just one type of campground. You can find any type of campground in their list of campgrounds. So whatever your style is, I'm sure they have a few that will meet your needs.
Yeah, and the app also helps you with that too. So I'll go on the app, figure out where Sabrina and I are going, and then in their app, you put the zip code that you want to visit, and it'll show you any of the Passport America campgrounds, participating campgrounds in that area. So it makes it easy to find the campgrounds too. Sean, how many participating Passport America campgrounds are there?
There's over 1,200.
1,200 campgrounds is a lot. To put that in perspective, we're going to be talking about KOA in a little bit. KOA feels like they're everywhere while you're traveling. To me, anyway, I see signs for KOA everywhere. They have 500 campgrounds. This is over double. You are going to have pretty good luck of finding a Passport America in a town or city that you are going to.
Well, I guess we can talk about KOA, Kenny.
Yeah. Let's jump into KOA. I've been a big, huge fan of KOAs for a very long time. Sabrina and I always say that KOA is always a what's the best way to say this? Now that I just said it, we always say it. I would say, it's consistently good all the times. Some KOAs are better than others. Some are great, but none are bad. We have stayed at probably 100, maybe a little over 100 KOAs. We have earned we're just about to reach 1 million KOA points. So we have stayed at a lot of KOAs all across the country, and we've always had a good experience. They are consistently good everywhere we go. They must have excellent training when it comes to their employees and staff, and how they welcome you when you check in. They lead you to your campground, or your campsite, to make sure that you know exactly where you're going. They'll even help you hook up if you need it. I always feel like they are a top-notch campground choice.
Yeah, and most of the time, you're always going to find a laundry facility and a dog park.
Always a dog park. Yeah, I think I agree too, Sean. I never really thought about the laundry, but yeah, I don't think I've ever stayed at a KOA that didn't have laundry. And that's sometimes priceless when you're traveling, that you don't have to leave a campground to go do your wash. You can do it right on site. And they're always reasonable, like $1.50 to wash, maybe $2 a wash. They're not gouging you or ripping you off. It's the same prices that you would get at a normal laundromat or anything like that.
So the membership program is called the KOA Value Card, and it's card with a K, not a C. And it costs $36 a year, but you get 10% off every stay. And then they also have a point system where you build up points, which also go towards free stays as well.
So if you're spending anywhere from $20 to $60 for your camp night, then you get 900 points per night. If you're spending $60 or more, then you're getting 1,300 points per night. And that's base points. Sabrina and I actually use the card so much that we're considered VIP members. So we get a little bit more points for our stays. And because we're VIP members, we don't pay that $36 anymore for the membership. We actually get our KOA card now is free to us because we have used it so much. Every year they just renew us for free as long as we keep our VIP status. You also get one free night camping per year. It is a select night that KOA will pick. It's the same night for everybody in the participating network of the KOA campgrounds, but you do have to stay for 2 nights. I would say that one's a little tricky in the sense that your timing's just got to be right because they're picking the night. You do get well notice, like they're it's not a surprise. And the fact that you have to spend 2 nights. So in the 8 years that we've been using KOA, I think Sabrina and I have only been able to take advantage of this one time. Because the planning just has to be, one night out of the year they choose. And it's like usually September. Yeah, I think only once has it worked out that we were actually at a KOA when they were doing the free night.
I did want to list some downsides to being a member. One is if you're not a fan of KOAs, you don't want to pay the $36 to join. But KOAs, some of them can be quite pricey. So
Mm-hmm.
even the 10% off, it can still be expensive to stay there. And like Kenny said, there's limited locations compared to other programs like Good Sam or Passport America because they are only 500 campgrounds. And so you're not going to find them everywhere along your route.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unlike we talked about Passport America, which has a 50% discount, the KOA card only has a 10% discount. So again, if you're staying at KOAs a lot, it's well worth it. It's well worth getting it. But if you don't stay at KOAs a lot, the 10% might not be enough for you to see that savings.
Yeah, I forgot to mention when I was talking about the points, those points do turn into cash rewards that can be used to take off your total cost of a campground stay. So like once you reach 6,500 points, you get $10 off your campground stay. 15,000 points equals $25 off, and 25,000 points equals a $50 reward to take off of your campground stay. Sabrina and I usually just wait until we hit the 25,000 and then we turn in our $50 reward. But like I said, we use it so much that we are stockpiled on $50 rewards. You can't use more than one per stay. So we just have a stockpile $50 reward. Every time we go to a KOA, we get $50 off plus the 10% because we just have uber amount of points. Us personally, we can't use the points fast enough.
I kind of equate this card to like frequent flyer miles. Like you get
Yeah.
your value, the more you use it, the more value you get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great comparison, Sean. That's exactly how this is. Yep, that's exactly how that works. And then you had mentioned Good Sam. So moving on to Good Sam. So Good Sam gives you 10% off of campgrounds. And like Sean said, there's a lot of campgrounds in the Good Sam network. So
Over
you do
2,000.
over 2,000. Yeah. So you have a lot of choices to use that 10% discount. And it's also very similar in price. It's $39 a year compared to the KOA. That is $36 a year. You also get discount on propane when you're at like a Flying J or a Pilot. And you also get a discount on store purchases inside of Camping World. And I believe there's another store that participates
Gander
with it.
RV and
Gander RV.
Overton's.
What was the last one? Sorry.
Overton's.
Overton's. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're somebody that's traveling and you're going to be using any of those stores to pick up supplies, or that could be something as simple as what you use to mix for your toilet, or paper towels, or anything, your toilet paper. If you're going to be shopping there, you're always going to be getting that 10% off. They also offer, I think Sean does this. I know I do this. We both have Good Sam. I do a 3-year membership of Good Sam, and it's $109. So you're saving a little bit over the 3-year period. I know I'm going to be RVing for the next 3 years, so I'm confident in buying a 3-year membership, and that gives me the 10% discount. I'm getting the propane cheaper at the Flying J's, which is where I normally fill up for my propane anyway. And I believe I get 5% off of fuel using the Good Sam card also at the Flying J. I think it's 5%.
So you get 10% off the campgrounds, the Good Sam participating campgrounds. And then at Pilot and Flying J, you get 5 cents off per gallon of gas and 8 cents off per gallon of diesel. And then on propane, you get 15% off on propane.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. I said 5%. I meant 5 cents
Yeah,
off
which
of the
could be
gas.
a significant difference.
I think that'd be a huge difference, especially what it takes to fill my 80-gallon tank. That would be a big difference if they gave me 5% off.
Yeah, and then you get a 10% discount at the stores, like you said.
Mhm.
And then also, if you shop online, you can get free shipping if your order's over $69.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then they also have discounted tire and service plans if you're a member. And they also have a mail service. If you're a full timer, you can use their mail service.
Yeah.
Why we're Good Sam members is because we like their roadside assistance plan. And so we use the Good Sam roadside assistance, and we've used it multiple times, unfortunately, for things. And we've never had a bad complaint about it. And so the one thing I'll say about roadside assistance is you really have to do your research to find out which roadside assistance is best for you, because there are so many different roadside assistance services. Like there's your insurance company might have some type of roadside
Mhm.
assistance. There's plans like FMCA and Good Sam, and then there's specialized they specialize in roadside assistance like CoachNet for RVs. AAA has the roadside assistance, and they have an RV specific roadside assistance. So I would say do your research and find one that works for you and what else you already have. But I would definitely recommend having some type of roadside assistance, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and run into an issue, it can get really expensive to have somebody come out on the side of the road.
Yeah, I think everybody should have some type of roadside assistance of some sort. I know Sabrina, knock on wood, I'm not going to knock on wood and bother you guys, but we've never needed our roadside assistance, but we've had it since day one of traveling. We just got kind of lucky that we haven't needed it. We actually use one through Escapees, and Escapees is on our list too of clubs. So with it being an Escapees member, we got a discount on their roadside assistance, and we also use their mail forwarding. We've used our mail forwarding for, I think, almost 8 years. 5 of those years we were full-timing, but even though we don't full-time anymore, we kept their mail service because it's so convenient for us, because we still travel a lot. We are still on the road about 9 months out of the year. So we keep their mail service. They scan for us. So their first thing that they do is remove all the junk mail. So you don't receive any junk mail. Then if you want, we pay an extra $10 a month so that they will also scan all of our mail and show it to us on digitally before they even send it to us. And we can say, oh, you know what? I know it doesn't look like junk, but that's junk too. We don't need that. And, it stops you from getting that. You also get the Escapees magazine. You'll also get campground discounts. Escapees also offers like what they would consider a commercial discount, would be a deal that they have with Battleborn batteries, where you get $50 off of each battery. If you're buying 3 or more batteries, they give you $75 off of
Oh, that's
each
pretty good.
battery. Yeah. Yeah. So they do have a couple commercial deals like that. I mentioned Battleborn batteries, especially because we're both fans of Battleborn batteries, and they also sponsor the podcast. But, deals like that, Escapees can also offer you. And then Escapees is $49 a year. And using the Escapees mail forwarding, it starts out at $135 a year. And then if you wanted to add what Sabrina and I do with the scanning, it's an extra $10 a month, which we feel is worth it. And like I said, they'll sort everything. They'll remove junk mail. Plus with the scanning, it's nice that we can travel anywhere, know that our mail is being taken care of for us. And then when we're ready for the mail, they just send the mail out to wherever we are. They'll even, they can send it to a campground. They can send it to a family member. wherever we ask them to send it is where they'll send it to, but it all gets collected by them first. And it's just nice that we can travel freely and not pause our mail, start up our mail. It's nice and easy for us.
Yeah, I guess another membership like the escapees that actually Julie and I prefer is FMCA, which is very similar. They're both sort of RV clubs. And the things we like about FMCA are one is the incredible benefits they have that essentially pay for your membership, like
Hmm.
the FMC Assist Medical Emergency and Travel Program. I mean, that's huge. And as long as you're, what is it, 75 miles away from your house, you're eligible to use it. And if you're a full timer, of course, 75 miles, any miles from nowhere is more than 75 miles, I guess. So that's a really huge benefit. But they also have a nice tire program discount and then just tons of discounts every year in their magazine, which is also another reason why I like it. I think it's the best RV travel magazine that there is out there currently. But every year they have an issue where they just list the benefits and it like doubles the size of the issue. So there's benefits for everything. And it's not an expensive membership. It's well worth it to us. And we really like their annual conventions, which Kenny and I are usually at one per year. And we like it. They have RVs on display, they have lots of vendors, they have classes, they have great entertainment. The one thing I'll say is that it's typically an older crowd, but it's still fun for us to go.
Yeah, and I know we keep on calling them FMCA, but they recently changed their name to FRVA, Family RV Association, because they're trying to include, they always, for the last couple of years, they have included motorhomes and travel trailers. But now to try to clear that up a little bit more, they did go through a branding change. So if you Google FMCA, they'll come up, but their name is changing to FRVA because it's including motorhomes and travel trailers, and they just wanted to make it more welcoming to all types of RVers. I also have FMCA, and I use it. I like it because of the Tech Connect. So their little hotspot system is $60 a month, and you get unlimited data and speeds up to 380 Mbps. I don't know even know what that stands for, but it's fast. It's been fast everywhere that I've used it. It's good up to 100 gigs, and then it says that it'll get throttled in busy towers. I have actually used 100 gigs, and it does get throttled. And when it does get throttled, it really does get throttled until you move in a less busy area, and then it supposedly speeds back up again. When I hit those 100 gigs, I never moved into a non-busy area to be able to test to see if the speeds moved back up to just move faster again. But when it got throttled, I really couldn't use it. But I will say in over a year, I've only used 100 gigs once. I don't know what I did that month, but I did use up the full 100 gigs of service. But for $60 a month, it's really hard to find good, reliable internet. And the Tech Connect uses different services. So you can choose like T-Mobile, you can choose Verizon, and you can determine where you'll be traveling. And then you could always take a look at the map and see what you want to use. The way I work it, I have T-Mobile on my Tech Connect Plus, and then we also carry a second hotspot, which is Verizon, which we were grandfathered into. So internet, man, Sean, we could probably do a whole episode about internet and what works and what doesn't work. Maybe that's a future show for us because there's a lot of choices for internet out there and they're not all that great. But that Tech Connect Plus system that FMCA is offering right now is one of the great ones.
And they also have a cell phone service too that goes along with that now, I think. But those hotspots that they use for the Tech Connect are like the latest and greatest. So
Yeah, it's got a nice screen on it. It's actually a little touch screen. It is a nice hotspot. You're right.
So another RV membership that Julie and I really like is Harvest Hosts. This one's really unique because instead of staying at campgrounds, you get to park overnight at wineries, breweries, farms, museums, and they even have a membership plan that includes golf courses, which I know a lot of RVers do like to golf. So that could be a bonus. The only catch is that, and it's not really a catch because you're going to do it anyway, is that they want you to support the host by making a purchase. So that could be a bottle of wine, produce. We even bought cheese at a farm one time when we stayed there. It was cheese that they made there. It was really good. So you're going to buy stuff more time. You're going to want to buy stuff more times than not when you're at these locations. And the hosts are usually super friendly and welcoming. And we've never stayed at a bad Harvest Host location. I guess one thing to keep in mind is that most of the locations don't have hookups. So you got to be self-sufficient, be able to make it overnight without any additional power. At some locations, they might not want you to run your generator, but at everyone we've been to, we've been able to run our generator if we needed to. But with our solar and our Battleborn batteries, we typically don't have to do that anymore. But when we didn't have those things, we did have to use our generator. There's locations all across the country. It seems to be growing every month. There's more added to the site. They have a really good app, really good website where you can see all the locations. And I think, Kenny, although you're not a member of Harvest Host yet, you actually visited a Harvest Host location for a day. The Patton Museum in California is a Harvest Host location, and you actually went there to visit the museum, but you got to see kind of what Harvest Host is about.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you guys told me because I don't have Harvest Host. I'm purchasing Harvest Host this year, though, because I am a Winnebago Go Life perk member. And this year, as a Winnebago Go Life perk member, which is also another club membership, I'll be able to get a Harvest Host membership for 1 year for $39, which I think is 50% off, or maybe even a little bit more than 50% off. It's their, I guess, what they would consider a basic plan. I'm not super familiar with Harvest Host, so I think it's just the farms and the wineries are included, but there's a lot of them. The way that it was explained to me, I think maybe even Sean was the one that explained it to me like this, is that Harvest Host is a bit of an experience. It's not, you're not going to a Harvest Host just for an overnight stay, just to sleep. You're going for the experience. You're getting to meet with the farmers. You're checking out their products. You're able to shop. So it's almost like it's not, I guess, supposed to be a destination, but to me, it almost sounds like a destination.
Yeah, we went to a winery one time in California, and the owner of the winery, his wife was out of town, so it was just him. He left us at the winery. He had to go run some errands after the winery closed. He left us there and said the bottles that were opened had to be drank. He couldn't reuse them another day. So he just left us there with his cat and the bottles of wine and told us just to have a good time.
And his cat.
Yeah. So it's really is an experience. We've enjoyed everyone we've stayed at.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. And I hear good things about their app too, that the app is easy to use. And Sabrina and I are big on apps. Like, that's why we like KOA so much, is because of the app and it's easy to stay. So, and Passport America has an app, it's easy to use. So the fact that Harvest Host is also using an app, we'll enjoy being able to find locations along our route just using the app. I think that's great. So yeah, I've been a Winnebago Perk Plus member for a long time, and they also have, so I get discount on my tires, discount on fantasy RV tours, which Sabrina and I are big fans of fantasy RV tour. We do a ton of them. So anytime that we can get a discount, we use that. Also discount on SnapPad, Scanner. They have a lot of product and also club discounts with the Winnebago Perk Plus. But the thing that we probably use it the most for doesn't actually save us money is we buy a lot of Winnebago merchandise. We have a lot of shirts, a lot of hats, and they give us I think it's a 10% discount online. And then I think maybe it's a bigger discount if we're there in person in store. And we usually walk out with $300 worth of merchandise for the year every time we visit. But it helps. We're buying it either way, so we might as well get the 10% off.
I guess we can move on to fuel savings, which we have. Julie and I have two different fuel savings memberships or cards, I guess. The first one we have is a TSD Logistics Fuel Card. this is one of the best ways for people with diesel RVs to get major savings on fuel. It works by kind of like giving you a membership to a bulk commercial fuel pricing group. So, sort of like a trucking company. It can
Mm.
save you sometimes as much as 40 to 50 cents per gallon, they say. I think the most we've ever saved is probably around 30 cents per gallon. The way it works is you get the discount at places like Love's, I think it's called Travel Centers America,
Mm-hmm.
TA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Petro and Pilot and Flying J, and you don't pay any upfront fees for the membership. The company, TSD, takes a percentage of your savings to help pay for the program. So you get the savings, but they just take a little bit of that savings to pay for the program.
Mm.
Now, it does work for diesel only. So if you have a gas RV or a gas tow vehicle, then you shouldn't join. And then not every truck stop participates. So I believe they have an app. I know they have a website so you can see where those locations are that if you're traveling that way, which places you want to stop to take advantage of the program. The last sort of downside is that you have to link it to your bank account. So if you're not comfortable linking it to your bank account, then you definitely don't want to do this because they'll take your payments for fuel directly from your bank account. You don't need a credit card. You just have to have a
Mm.
bank account to participate. And I guess the other downside that I found is that most of the time you have to go inside to the fuel desk to pay for the fuel. So it's not a like pay at the pump kind of thing. You have to go inside. So those are the downsides, but it's significant discounts. So if you're traveling and you have diesel, it's definitely a program that you want to be a member of. And the second one that we have is the Pilot Flying J RV Plus card, which is, I guess, for lack of a better word, it's a credit card, but you can pay at the pump, which is awesome. You get a 4-digit code and you can pay at the pump instead of going to the fuel desk, which in the diesel lines, that's going to the fuel desk is kind of a hassle. You also get the 5 cents off per gallon on gas and 8 cents off per gallon on diesel at Pilot Flying J's. You get the discounts on propane dump stations and RV
Mm.
parking if there's going to be any left someday with all the charging stations. The downsides compared to the TSD card is that you don't get as big of a discount. You only get off that 8 cents per gallon, and it's limited to only Pilot and Flying J locations, which nowadays there seem to be Pilot and Flying J's everywhere. So it's not that hard to find one on your route.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into the Pilot Flying J. You said credit card, but what is it called actually, Sean?
The RV Plus card.
RB Plus card. Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
that. I should have that because I stay at so many. I say stay like it's a campground, but I do stay at a lot of them, and I always that's where I fill up all the time. I don't know why I've never thought about Sabrina. You are too. But we're kind of anti credit card, but if it's only to be giving me a discount on something that I'm always going to and always using, yeah, I should definitely take a look at it. Do you know, Sean, when you say that you fill at the that you can charge at the pump, do you know will they give you a increased fuel allowance? Like right now when I use my Discover card, the pump cuts off at say $75 or $100 and it's never enough. I have an 80-gallon fuel tank. So my tank fills are usually closer to $200. Do you know by any chance are you able to charge all the way up to the $200 range? If that's something because it's their own card, do they increase the limit? Like, I'm not 100% sure how this works. Maybe somebody that's listening knows how this works. Is it Discover Card giving me this limit, or is it each individual gas station giving me the limit?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if they do extend it because I have my truck and that's what I'm usually filling up. And I'm usually in the diesel lanes, which I think allow you more
Mm,
before they cut off. So,
okay.
I mean, I've put, easily over $100 in without it stopping. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not sure because I never used that side of the station,
Gotcha.
I guess.
Yeah, and I know it's a security thing. They don't want somebody, I guess, loading up a tanker on your card, I guess is what they're afraid of. And probably with an 80-gallon fuel tank, that's probably exactly what it looks like. It probably looks like somebody's filling up a tanker with my Discover card. So they usually cut me off somewhere, and it could be anywhere from $75 to $150. I've never seen one go over $150, and my tank usually takes about $200 worth of fuel.
The one discount I don't think they give that I would like for them to consider adding is on DEF. I don't think there's a discount on DEF, but it's pretty common nowadays if you have any diesel that you have
Yeah.
the DEF tank. So it'd be great to have a discount on that too.
Yeah, I think anything 2008 or newer uses DEF. I'm pretty sure 2008 was the year for DEF. And DEF is something that you purchase right at the pump now, right? It's not even like you
Yeah.
buy it. I mean, you can buy it in store too, but you can usually just pump it.
Yep.
Maybe that's something that'll be coming to that, Sean, because I feel like that's something that's pretty popular. Like you said, almost anybody with a diesel vehicle is going to be filling up with DEF as well. Yeah, so I have to step up my fuel discount game, and I'm going to be looking into that Flying J Pilot credit card. And no annual fee on that, Sean? That's usually what keeps me away from credit cards too, is like annual fees.
Yeah. No annual fee on that.
Yeah, that's good then.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll
And
definitely take
you
a look
have
at
an
that.
online account. So, like, you can just go online, like most any credit card nowadays. So, I usually go on like the week we get back home from a trip. I'll just go online and pay off whatever fuel we've spent on that trip.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. And now we have a couple, we didn't really know what category to put some of these membership clubs or discount into. So the first one is AARP. I'm old enough for AARP, but you're also able to get AARP, I think, almost at any age now. I don't think they really make it a requirement to be 50 and older anymore. I was able to get the membership for $44, and it's a 3-year membership. I get 10% discount at Denny's, which are at most of the Flying J and or Flying J. I was going to say Pilot J pilots too, but they're not. It's mostly Flying J's. So I get my 10% discount there. I also was able to get good eye insurance for the first time in a long time using my AARP. I know that doesn't sound like it's directly related to RVing, but I was able to get my vision and my glasses taken care of, which I need for driving the RV. So I'm pretty happy that I'm now going to have prescription sunglasses, which I've never had before. And I only bought them because of the discount. They gave me a great discount through the insurance plan that they had. Otherwise, what I do when I'm driving is I normally put my contacts in and then I'll just wear regular glasses over. But I'm pretty excited to have prescription sunglasses for the first time. And it's really just because of that AARP being able to give me the discount. There's a lot of other discounts with AARP, but they're the two that I felt that were closely related to RVing was the Denny's and the eye prescription.
Yeah, those are good. I know you through that you have the same eye insurance that we have as well, and we're really happy with it too.
Yeah, I just got the insurance. This year is the first year that I'm using it. I'm trying to remember with the discount through AARP, I think the insurance was $150, but it covers both Sabrina and I. Between eye exam, I got regular glasses, prescription glasses, and contacts. Total, it took over $300 off of just my first appointment. Sabrina goes next week, so she's going to get we'll get a little bit more discount out of it. So it's well worth it. If you don't have eye care insurance, I would say join AARP just so that you can get the discount on the eye care. That paid for, I mean, well over to $44 for the next 3 years. I eat at Denny's a lot. Just the Denny's 10% discount paid for my $44. So if you even just like Denny's, it's worth getting the AARP card.
I guess sort of related to AARP is military or veteran discounts too. There's a lot. The membership price is quite steep, but there's a lot of discounts you can get from military or veteran status. You can get a lot of good discounts similar to the discounts you can get with AARP, I think.
Okay. You said the membership's kind of steep. Another one that I thought of, I don't have this membership anymore, but I have thought about getting it back often for a couple reasons. But Planet Fitness has several locations across the United States. I have a lot of friends that have a Planet Fitness membership. It's $25 to use nationwide. and you can go in there. I have friends that just use it for their showers, not so much the gym part. They just go in and then they use the showers. I also have some friends that use it for massages because Planet Fitness has water jet massage machines where you kind of like lay in this machine and it gives you a massage. So I have some friends at RV that use it just for showers and for massages, not even for the gym itself. I used to have a membership at a Planet Fitness, but it was the local one. It was $15 a month. It was only good for one location. I really enjoyed the Planet Fitness itself. I thought it was very clean. I did use the showers when I go to the gym and stuff like that. But I'm thinking about getting I'm thinking about paying the $25 because one thing that I do miss when on the road is the treadmill. I do like running a treadmill, walk a treadmill, and when you're on the road, it's surprising to me just how few campgrounds have a gym. It's very rare. KOAs, some of them have them, but most of even the KOAs don't have them. So I am thinking about picking up a Planet Fit for $25 a month. I think I would get my money's worth out of it. It's something I'm thinking about starting back up again. I don't really necessarily need it for the showers. I got a pretty good shower in the RV, but for the massage machine and the treadmill, I think it would be worth it.
Yeah, and the other thing that I hear people use it for, because we mentioned that Wi-Fi can be tricky sometimes, is I've heard like a lot of van life people
Mm,
will use Planet Fitness for the Wi-Fi as well.
that's a smart move. $25 a month and you got Wi-Fi that you can
Wi-Fi,
use. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe I should be doing that too. Might be doing our next recording out of Planet Fitness. If you guys hear some weird background noises. My last one, again, isn't, when you think about it, might not sound directly related to RVing, but it's a Harbor Freight membership. I just signed up for a Harbor Freight membership this year, and I've already got my money's worth out of it. It's $29 a year. The way I relate it is that I'm always needing tools. When you RV and travel, the more you use your RV, more things are going to happen. So Harbor Freight has a great tool policy as far as most of their tools come with a lifetime warranty. For $29 a year, Harbor Freight has what they call blue stickers throughout the store. Every month, these blue stickers move, and the blue stickers are sale price items. So if you're just starting out RVing and you're going to be purchasing some tools, I recommend getting the Harbor Freight discount card for the $29 because they got a lot of blue stickers throughout the store, and every month those blue stickers move to another item. So every month, new items will be on sale. I've only had this card for 1 month, and I've already got my $29 back on sale pricing off of wrenches and sockets. I think it's well worth it. I think, like I said, it's great that the tools all come with a lifetime warranty too. I've already used that. I broke a wrench. Well, I didn't break the wrench. The wrench was broken in the package. It was one of those little ratchet wrenches that have the gear inside, and the gear was missing. So I just took it back to Harbor Freight. I said, hey, I bought this last week. I went to go use this today and noticed that the part inside the little ratchet section is missing. They took it back, replaced it. They didn't even ask for a receipt. I guess they recognized their own stuff, but it was great. It was very easy to use. I didn't have to sign anything, fill anything out. It was literally, I handed them the wrench and they handed me a new one, and that was it. I was on my way. So it seems to be working out pretty well for me. And I thought, just the fact that, like I said, you're going to need some tools while RVing, and Harbor Freight has a ton of tools. They got a great selection.
I've been a Harbor Freight Club member for a few years now,
Mm,
and I really like their return policy. Like,
yeah.
we had a generator that had developed an oil leak. This is over $1,000.
Mhm.
And take it back. They didn't ask any questions. They took it back and gave us a new one. Yeah, it was really nice. We called them ahead of time. They said, just make sure the gas and oil are drained out of it and bring it back to the store.
No, that's great,
Like you
Sean.
said, didn't need a receipt or anything.
That's great. Yeah, that's good to know, especially for a high dollar item. I was just thinking tools, but you're right. Most bumper pools and travel trailers, people buy generators too. So yeah, if you're thinking about buying a generator, I would buy from. That's a great thing right there. It broke and they've replaced it for you. And I wonder, I haven't tried this yet. I wonder, I'm guessing not because you didn't need a receipt and I didn't need a receipt for the tools. Could you take it back to any Harbor Freight? Or does it have to be the Harbor Freight that you purchased it from? Probably not if they're not even asking for a receipt. And like I
Yeah.
said, they recognize what they sell. So it sounds like if you were traveling, if you bought in Virginia and you were out in Vegas and it broke, it sounds like you could have probably just taken it to any Harbor Freight in Vegas too. and got it swapped out. They're nationwide.
Well, I think that covers all the discounts and memberships that we use. But like we said, don't just take our word for it. Kind of explore these things, do the research on your own, and figure out which plans might work for you and the way you travel, and give them a try. And like we said during the Passport, when we were talking about Passport America, if you want to give that a shot, definitely use the link on our website or in the show notes. And I think you just put in the code BTWP when you sign up, and you'll get an extra 4 months for trying it out using our code. So that's a really good deal, I think. Try these discounts out. If there's some that you use that are really good that maybe Kenny and I didn't mention, please let us know in the comments or send us a note through our website because we always like learning new things. And as always, we want to thank our sponsor, Battleborn Batteries. They've been with us since the beginning, and we really appreciate their support, and we love their products. We both have Battleborn batteries. I've had mine since 2018 and haven't had any issues with them. So really good batteries and great customer service. So we really appreciate everything they do, not just for the show, but for the RV community. And until we talk to you next time, safe travels, everybody.
Looking to get out there and stay out there? Battleborn Batteries lithium-ion batteries are here to power your RV, marine, and off-grid adventures. Designed as an easy drop-in replacement for traditional lead-acid batteries, these reliable solutions have 2 to 3 times the power, charge 5 times faster, are a fifth of the weight, and last 10 times longer. Offered in a variety of models in unique sizes and shapes, ranging from 50 amp hour to a robust 270 amp hour, and backed by a 10-year warranty. Battleborn batteries are built to fit your needs and power your experiences. On the road, on the water, and off the grid, reliable power is here. Check them out at battlebornbatteries.com. With the complexity of all the systems in an RV, I always say it's not if something's going to break, but a matter of when is something going to break. That is why I think an extended warranty for RVs is so important. We first interviewed Wholesale Warranties back in 2019 and immediately became impressed with how their policies worked, such as you can take your RV to any licensed repair shop, including mobile repairs. They also have personalized service plans, making sure you are getting the right policy for your needs. And if you think your RV is too old for a policy, you might be surprised to hear that RVs up to 20 years old can still be approved for a policy. That is more age lenient than most RV parks I've stayed at. Go to wholesalewarranties.com/beyond the wheel or click the link down below in our show notes to get your free quote today.